Hey, beautiful souls, beautiful sunshine, here with DR Holistic Healer, aka Sonia B. So I am back with two quick prophetic messages. So with that being said, before I get into the message, I do want to let you know that if you listen to this message to the very end and you feel like it does not resonate, if it doesn't apply, then let it fly. But if you feel like it resonates in some sort of way, maybe it may be a message that is pertaining to somebody else who is within your immediate environment, and maybe the Most High had led you here to listen to the message because maybe it's not pertaining to you, but maybe it's pertaining to a loved one of yours that's close to you, family member, best friend, co-worker. It doesn't matter. Okay, so keep that in mind as well too, because sometimes the Most High will lead people here, pertaining to someone else with dealing with an experience that they may be dealing with at this time. Okay, anyway, so and if you stick around to the very end, I have additional messages as well too. Okay, so this prophetic message came through of, imagine like a female archetype being in the cosmos. Like there's nothing else around but just the cosmos, right? So whether you are a female archetype or whether you are a male archetype, it does not matter, because remember, we both have feminine and masculine energy in us. But I get at this time, the way I receive this message is almost like the Most High is blasting the divine feminine, not in a negative way, but in a way to help her to really heal. So again, if you are a male archetype and maybe your feminine side has been wounded in a sense, okay? Let's just say if you've been part of the patriotic system, and let's just say that your mindset has always been on the patriarch, but you haven't embraced your feminine side as well too, your emotions, your feeling, and what's deep down within your heart space in a sense. So it's almost like when that goes unhealed or, not addressed in a sense, basically what could happen is it's almost like one can be too much into one energy rather than balancing both of the energies, okay? So anyway, so I see that there's the feminine energy is being blasted at this time. It's almost like blasting away anything that was kind of hindering her, harming her, keeping her caught up, keeping her stuck in the same repetitive cycles, doing the same, behavior, the same mindset. So as an example, if you're someone who is, like for instance, if you're someone who's stubborn and you're not really giving, in a sense of not budging, it's almost like that's being blasted away because it's no longer serving you, okay? Because if not, a person will find themselves keep being in the same repetitive cycle, going over and over like the hamster on a hamster wheel, okay, as an example. So anyway, that's being blasted at this time. So therefore, again, as I said, whether you're a male archetype or whether you are a female archetype, it does not matter. Your feminine side is being blasted at this time of things in energies that no longer serve, going forward in this next chapter of one's life, okay? So the next message I received was, some of you may find out that a loved one is in the hospital, okay? And I say all that to say that it just came through that way. So it's almost like somebody may be checking on somebody who they find out is in the hospital and wanted to know if they're okay. So be mindful of that, because again, it's like the Most High is dealing with so many different people at this point in time. And it's almost like sometimes when we are in our own way, in a sense, it's almost like the Most High will give us situations that can see from a worldly point of view that are unwanted, but spiritually the Most High has a higher purpose of why this has possibly happened. Or it could be a situation of, I need you to sit still, I need you to pay attention, I'm trying to talk to you right now, and the only way I can get you to listen is by giving you this experience and giving you this situation that you don't necessarily want, because then that forces you to sit still and listen to what it is that I have to say. And I'm referring to like the Most High when I say that. So be mindful of that. So again, you could hear situations about loved ones ended up in the hospital. And again, remember that everything has its higher purpose and it has its higher order, okay? So anyway, this first message that I received was, which is funny because it kind of comes through in this message. In Isaiah 41:10, it says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you, hold you with my righteous hand." So remember that, okay? So even if it's a situation that one could be experiencing, sometimes people can, like I said, they can be in their own way in a sense. And it's almost like, this could be the situation that the Most High has given them in order to be able to stop them dead in their tracks, in order to, hey, I need you to stop and listen to me, okay? Because some people, I just heard, can keep going on like a robot, like a automated system, just keep going, and unless you take the battery out, that keeps the person from kind of going, okay? So Romans 1:16, for I am not ashamed of the gospel. Okay. So for those of you, I just heard, like, for those of you who've been finding yourself kind of running in a sense from just the Most High in general, whether it be a situation that you cuss God out, or whether it be a situation of, you might have said F God, or whatever the case may be. It's like, God is just trying to tell you, for I am not ashamed of, he is trying to tell you that he wants you to get to the point of not being ashamed of the gospel, not being ashamed of having a personal relationship with him, not being ashamed of embracing who you truly are and who you were truly meant to be. Okay. For it is the power of God for salvation to everyone who believes, to the Jews first, and also to the Greeks. Okay. So remember that. And then I have Colossians 2:9-10. It says, for in him the whole fullness of deity dwells bodily, and you have been filled in him, who is the head of all rules and authority. So remember that the Most High is the head of all rules and authority. Okay, so he orders all steps. So therefore, like I said, if there's a situation that either you or someone that you may know that may be experiencing at this time, that, again, it seems like it's kind of like creating this dismay in their life, or destruction, a little bit of chaos, just know that the Most High have a divine purpose. Okay, so when we tend to see things from a higher perspective, we no longer look at certain situations from a different lens. But when we look at things from a 3D world, they can come off as if it's, oh my God, you know what I mean? And it's really just an illusion. Okay. But anyway, so this next message come through, and this is the one I received for today. So it says 1 John 1:7, but if we walk in the light, okay, if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another. Okay, so therefore, if God is not going to allow, let's just say, like, the wolf in sheep clothing is not going to be finding themselves hanging out amongst the, those who are of the light, in a sense, because it's almost like the two energies don't mesh together, in a sense. It's almost like they're on two different accords. It's almost like having an unequally yoked situation. It'll always cause friction, frustration, and chaos and destruction, in a sense. Okay, so let's just say, as an example, what's coming to mind. If you know somebody who's like a scammer, a trickster, and a cheater, and a thief, and all that other stuff. Okay, I'm not judging. I'm just saying. But imagine them being among somebody who does not do these things, who have higher core values or higher systems and higher beliefs and mindsets, in a sense. So it's not the fact that they're going to come and judge or whatever. They just choose not to be around this type of energy, because remember, whoever, as it says, that whoever you flock with, what does it say? The birds of a feather flock together, in a sense. So if you walk like a duck, you act like a duck. You fly like an eagle, you fly with eagles. And even in the situation of, they say you are the company that you keep. So it is really mindful. Like, for instance, if the two are with each other, it's almost like saying that, okay, if somebody steals, then it's almost like you're almost a stealer too, in a sense, even though you haven't stolen, okay? Because you're keeping company with this type of energy, in a sense. So those are just things that the Most High wants you to be mindful of, because it's almost like your core value, your core system of who you are. It does not necessarily resonate. It does not necessarily. It does not resonate with who you are, in a sense. So it's almost like there will always be something that kind of stirs your spirit, in a sense, when you're being around these type of people, in a sense. And again, that's no judgment towards them, but it's just basically saying that, hey, you do what you do, I do what I do. I don't flow like that, so I'm going to just go ahead and exit stage left, okay? It's just knowing when to leave the room and when knowing to let go. It's almost like a person in a toxic relationship that just came through. Thank you, Spirit. It's almost like that. So if somebody's in a toxic relationship and they don't realize that they are in a toxic relationship, in a sense, because let's just say maybe they might have saw their parents, whether it be fussing or fighting, in a sense, and growing up as a kid. So therefore, if they grow up, they get into their relationships, they get into their marriage, they start fussing and fighting, in a sense, they think it's natural. Or, rather than looking at it like, oh, this is not healthy at all, they become comfortable with sitting in that type of energy. Why? Because they saw this energy being displayed when they were younger, in a sense. So they thought this behavior is acceptable, and it is not, okay? It's just that they have become comfortable with it because they think that, again, that it was who they are meant to be. And they also think that, They think also too that it provides a level of comfortness to them, and the Most High is trying to get them out of that mindset to let them know, hey, no, these are the bells or whistles, the red flags going off. And not only that, but this is a very toxic situation that I'm trying to bring to your attention. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so anyway, that's just an example. So anyway, but with that being said, those are all the messages that I have for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there. But I wish you all much love, much light. And remember to remember that some of you guys are going to find yourself really thirsting after God at this point, okay? And whether the energy has hit you yet, it will be coming soon. So just give you the FYI now. So anyway, much love, much light, and peace. Okay, bye.